Well, howdy, knuckleheads. Welcome to this week's episode of the Prospector Paul Show. So we got a little dilemma in this episode. We're up in Alaska, and it's like the second week or so, and we're paying attention to the weather, and we got the highbanker out to the creek, and it's calling for a little rain. Doesn't look too bad. This creek, most of the time in the summer, I'm fighting water on it, right? I don't have enough, and we're building dams, and the creek's rarely over your rubber boots. I mean, I walk around without waders most of the day. So anyways, it starts raining about noon. It don't stop until like 5 a.m. the next day, and I get up at 6 a.m. and I go flying up to the creek because I know it's going to be bad. It's a steady rain. It doesn't downpour. It just rains for 18 hours. And sure enough, I get there, and the doggone pump's underwater, and the sluice, man, or the highbanker, she's just rocking in the water, just on the edge of taking off. And I got my waders on and trying to figure out if I want to jump in this creek or not to get this stuff out of there. And it's like, it's my season, I got to do it. And I jump in real close to the bank, and I got a hold of a tree, and it turns out there was the water was fast moving, but there wasn't a lot of current there, and I was able to take a shovel and kind of poke my way out there. I get to the pump, and everything's okay. I'm not being swept off my feet, and I jerk the pump out of the water and throw it up on the bank, and then got to kind of shimmy out there and get the highbanker. And as soon as I picked it up, it floated, and I had to really hold on to it to get it back, and I fling that up on the bank as well. Amazing how much strength you got when your adrenaline's running 100 miles an hour. And got real lucky on this one, man. We were able to save all the stuff, but the pump was right up to it was in the water, and the water was right up to the gas cap. So I know we got a problem with the pump. And well, we're gonna find out if I get her going or not, or if I gotta run into Fairbanks and get a pump. Now mind you, it's 2.5 hours one way to Fairbanks, so you're looking at 5 hours downtime, plus purchasing a pump if you can find one. It's mining season, so my season's could be in jeopardy here. Let's find out if I get this bugger running again, and just how much time we lose. So alrighty, we'll cut to the footage of the aftermath of the rain. So I've already got the pump out of the water, and water's been coming up all day, and we'll take a look around. Thanks for watching, y'all. Appreciate it. Well, howdy, Prospector Paul here, coming to you live from Alaska. We got the Reverend out here. Say hi to the camera, Rev.
Good afternoon.
So we've been working hard at camp the last few days, and we've been out prospecting a little bit on the claim. And right now, what we're going to do is we're going to test this area over here. And the reason we want to do this creek, last year I fought water all the time on the creek we were working. And I know we're going to have to fight it again. The water's not nearly as high this time of year as it was last year. So I know we're going to be fighting water on the other creek. And I need to find as many good spots on this creek as I can, because this one will have water all summer. So we're going to set up this here sluice over there and do a couple of tests. You can see the bedrock, and you can see the tundra coming down in that nice gravel layer in between. And we're going to see if we can find some gold. What do you think, Reverend? We're going to find some gold?
Well, let's go find some. What was it? What was it? Josh says, "Let's go!"
All right, you heard him. We got to go. So we're going to get this set up, and we'll bring you back in, and hopefully we start seeing some colors right away. All right, so on our quest looking for gold, that last place literally didn't pan out, but we stopped a couple miles up the creek here, and we're back on the ground that we can work again. And check this bedrock out. So it's got a seam running this way, and then it makes that curve, and it goes back up, and right there is like a big old ball, and then it all kind of slants this way. So we run a little bit of this material. It's really hard to run. It's all flat flakes, and we're not classifying, and we ran it through that there sluice, and it wasn't running 100%. We knew that, but we're just testing to see if there's gold here, because we need some places to set up some high bankers. Obviously, running a high banker here would have been a lot better. But again, we were just checking it out. We found 2 pieces of gold, and because all the bottom of the sluice was full of, you know, these flat flakes, these little shards, I'm pretty sure we lost the majority of the gold. So we're going to say this was a pretty good spot because we did see a couple colors. And it was a nice, decent flake. Nothing to write home about, but nice flake. And yeah, this is probably going to be one of the spots that we're going to work when this gets all melted out of here. We did hit another spot that looks real promising, but the whole hillside was frozen. So we're going to have to wait for that one to thaw. Well, we went through all them fires in Canada. Then she started raining here yesterday. About noon. Stopped this morning at 6. Don't know if you can see up there by that truck, but that's a river. Let's go take a look. Now this morning, she was in her banks. It was high and swift, but not like this. Alright, we're gonna go up the road a ways. This morning I rescued the high banker. When I got there, the pump was 3/4 underwater, and the sluice or the high banker was right on the edge of going under. I pulled them all out, but the water's been rising all day. So we'll see if we can even get there. There was some tricky spots this morning. I'm not going to do anything stupid, but we're going to try and go up that way. All right, well, I was here this morning. Believe it or not, the water was a lot higher. It was rolling over this. It was over them rocks up there. You can kind of see the sluice stuff up there. It was down in the water. I threw it out this morning. Pretty crazy here. It was a lot more. Oh yeah, this was all underwater this morning too. It was just ripping through there. I can't believe how much it's come down here. The back at camp is coming way up. Oh well. Got a little bit of road damage. Can't imagine why. Well, we got a little flooding up here. There ain't no creek on this spot. It's just flowing out of the woods. it's actually starting to go down. Alrighty, so the other day in the flood, the motor was underwater. You can see by all the debris. That's crap. So we got to worry about two things. We got to worry about the oil inside the motor and the gas, and make sure there's no water under the spark plug up in the cylinder. And we're going to have to drain this bowl down here. Get a better look at that. We're going to have to drain this bowl, make sure there's no water in the carburetor. If we do everything right and completely get the water out, we won't have any trouble, really. So if we get all the water out, we'll be able to use the pump the rest of the season. Who knows, maybe a lifetime. But the main thing is to get the water out of the oil and make sure we don't have any extra compression inside the cylinder. So we're going to go through this step by step, and we'll be right back. Well, this is uglier than I thought. We took the air cleaner cover off. That's just a layer of sand. That's not the air cleaner. Not good, but we haven't tried to run it. Let's look underneath, see if she did her job. And there's quite a bit of sand in there too. But it's not as bad as it was on the top. So we're definitely going to have to do some cleaning here. We got to get all this debris out of here. We'll get her cleaned up good and rescue the mining season here. Has sand everywhere. That'll tear up a motor pretty quick, so we really got to get this bugger clean. And there's debris everywhere. But we didn't lose her, right? So make every effort we can to get her going. Back with you in a bit. So we took the cover off the outside, and right now I got the bolt out of the bowl right under there, and we're draining the gas through the bowl, and hopefully I can pull this carb off. Yeah, it looks like I can, and we'll get that all cleaned up. Pretty big mess though. We'll get her. Holy cow, look at that big rock in there. There was some pressure on her. Wow. Baby's wedged in there.
Yes. That's a... Wow.
It's a big old mess. Nothing to it. Well, that tells me there was some pressure on her. What I'm trying to do is keep from blowing dirt in the carburetor, so I'm blowing away from it. Bark. Okay. Well, look inside that bowl for the gas. That's all mud. We'll get her cleaned up with some Debbie. Oh, doggone skeeter got me good. Yeah, we'll get that all cleaned up, but got the plug out of it, got the carb off, and spray this all down with WD-40, clean it up, clean up this bowl, clean up the carburetor. You can see the water that was coming out of it. We'll get her all cleaned up. It's our only chance. That's all sparkly clean now. Alright, so we put the carburetor and everything back on. And then we filled it with oil and gas. Now when I drained the oil originally, there was just a ton of water in it. We put it all back together, filled it up with oil, fired it up. It did actually start. I was amazed. But watch this oil. See how it's still white and creamy? That ain't good. So we're going to drain it and then fill it up again and we should be good. But yeah, that original batch of water come out, or oil come out. It was 3/4 water and a little bit of oil. Oh, got some water on the lens. Alright, we're going to get this filled back up, see what happens. Well, she's been running an hour and a half. I think we're going to be okay. Good thing we got her going. I think we're finally on to pay dirt. Look at that, huh? Man, that's my hand. Those are some big rocks. So it's funny. We've been working down here a couple evenings. We were over there. Had the sluice been over there and the pump, when it flooded, we'd have lost everything. But for whatever reason, we had moved down to here and we were able to save it. However, there wasn't really good gold there and there wasn't really good gold there. Gold's where you find it, and I'm thinking it's going to be right here. That's a nice looking gravel bar. So we're going to shut the motor down. I'm going to check the color of the oil and we'll clean up the sluice. How's that? Well, hell, that old flood changed some stuff. This is the road that we take out to the headwaters. And yeah, that's the other side of the road. Ain't no road. Oh well, we're gonna have to fix that. That's the only way we're gonna get that dredge out in the water. We gotta go through here. Okie dokie. Alrighty, so we got Dwight. We got the hole. We're going to see if we left off. We're going to see if we can pick up right where we left off last year. High banker's running good. Love the dual jets. It's looking good. We got our cleanup tub at the end. We're going to shut the pump off, pull the first mat, see what kind of gold we got. Go ahead and kill her, Dwight. Whew. Peace and quiet. All right. There, piece of gold right there.
Oh, in the bottom mess.
Yeah, this bugger might be loaded. Well, it's hard to say. This is our second run. It could have been if we could have got pushed down, but still. Let's check out for some pickers here. I'll undo the box and we'll see what we got.
Yeah, that's a piece of gold.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. Well, we're not seeing a ton of gold in it. We got one right there off my fingertip and another one. But this is gold hog matting. It's deep. I don't see anything up in the miner's moss. Usually we got some in these little pockets, and I'm not seeing any there either. Nothing in the big riffle. Maybe we'll be surprised. I'll put this in a pan, get it all cleaned up, and we'll turn you back on. Alrighty, we got that cleaned up. What do you think, Dwight?
Ain't no gold in Alaska.
Ain't no gold here, man. But anyways, just to show you what we did get, we got a little bit there. Not too bad at all. That's probably about a 45-minute run. So yeah, no gold here in Alaska. Hopefully we get some bigger stuff next time. Maybe we'll go back down to Arizona. Alright, so we're digging in this bank and got some interesting layers there. Kind of see them. So you got the newest gravels right up in here. Then you got this layer of clay. And then you got all these nice chunky rocks. That's the kind of stuff we're looking for, and it's real red. So hopefully we'll have us a good run. We got us a pile of dirt here. There's probably, oh, a yard there, a yard and a half, maybe 2. There's definitely more than, there's a lot of dirt there. We'll leave it at that. But yeah, that gravel layer is back up in there. That's looking good, and that's pretty deep, so we should be good. Hey, we made it to Alaska. We got through the fires, we got through the floods. We even got through the earthquake the other day. But everything's going pretty good. We're out, you know, doing some test panning, trying to find some areas. And we got us a little bucket of cons here. I'd say about a half a 5-gallon bucket. We got the Gold Hog multi-sluice set up. Got a panning tub. And we got us some jet dry in there. So we're going to run this here bucket. Well, we done run that. And of course, there's no gold in Alaska, so there's none in that riffle. That one doesn't have any. There's none there. You know, just typical Alaskan dirt. Good thing is I'm not seeing anything down on the far end, so I'm sure there's a couple better pieces. Yeah, there's a nice little one right there, a nice little picker. Right under that white rock, right there. No gold in Alaska, boys. Don't know why you'd come. Oh, there's another one. Sweet. Cool. All right. All right, we got rid of a few skeeters, so I took the head net off. Yeah, nice little cleanup. That works for me. I can't believe all this dust. I mean, that is absolute dust in this corner. That darn Gold Hog stuff. I mean, everything will catch gold, you know, catch the dust and stuff, but I'm always impressed with that Gold Hog because I know how much dirt we're shoving in there. Well, the old pump, we got her running again. Our hard work paid off, and we was able to run her the whole season. Put her away, she was running real good, so I'm not too worried about it. Hopefully you got something out of it, and if you ever end up in that circumstance, which I hope you never do, because it's a lot of extra work that you don't really want to do, and you really don't want to lose the pump. But yeah, at least throw you some tips, you know. Make sure you don't start it until you get the oil out, get all the water out, get it as dry as you can. That's what WD-40 is for, right? It was actually a water displacement. That's what it was originally designed for. So use a can of WD and clean up the cylinders and the spark plugs and the carburetor and the bowl, and do everything you got to do to make it right. And hopefully you can save your pump as well. All right, y'all. Hopefully you got something out of this video. And you know, as always, I really do appreciate you watching. If you would do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe. That's always helps the channel grow. Changes the algorithms, puts our videos out there a little bit more in public when you're getting some positive, you know, feedback from people viewing the video. So if you would, hit that big thumbs up button. That always helps. Leave me a comment. You know I love your comments. All right, just remember, folks, the only things you can't do are the things you haven't tried, and I'm telling you, I'm living proof of that. I try a lot of crazy stuff and I pull it off. All right, so until next week, knuckleheads, Prospector Paul out.